Okay, let's dive deep today. We're going to unpack some really foundational Buddhist concepts.
Yeah, things that explain, well, pretty much everything we experience.
Exactly. We're looking at the five aggregates, the Pañca-khandha, the building blocks of what we call a being.
Right. And how they fit into dependent origination, Paticca-samuppada, that chain of how suffering keeps going.
And our goal isn't just to list them. We want to get a feel for how they describe your moment-to-moment experience. And there's a specific idea about perception, Saññā, we want to explore.
A really interesting one from the sources, yeah. So the five aggregates, they basically break down what you identify as you or the world. Not a solid self, just components.
Components we tend to grab onto. Okay, let's tick them off. First, form, rupa.
The physical side, your body, things you see, touch. But the sources emphasize it's always changing, like sea foam, not solid at all.
Got it. Then number two is feeling, vedana.
This is the immediate hit. Pleasant, unpleasant, or just neutral. The raw sensation that comes from contact. No story yet, just ouch or nice or meh.
Which leads right into the third one, perception, saññā.
This is where recognition clicks in. Labeling things, that's a bird singing. That feeling is painful. It identifies based on your past, puts a name to the feeling or the form.
Okay. Fourth, mental formations, sakkara. This one seems broad.
It is quite broad. It includes your intentions, your choices, what generates karma, but also all those ingrained habits, biases, mental patterns, the conditioning.
The sort of background mental activity and tendencies.
Exactly. The momentum from the past shaping the present reaction.
And the fifth aggregate, consciousness, viññā.
Basic awareness. The knowing that arises through the senses. Seeing awareness, hearing awareness, thinking awareness. Just the bare fact of being aware of something.
Okay, so those are the five. Form, feeling, perception, mental formations, consciousness.
And the crucial point from the sources is these five aren't inherently bad. They're just what's there.
So where does the suffering come in?
It comes from the clinging. When we attach to them, identify with them, wanting the pleasant feelings to stay, pushing the unpleasant away, thinking this is me, this is mine, they become Upadana-khandha's clinging aggregates.
And that's where dependent origination comes in, right? To explain how that clinging happens, how the cycle rolls on.
Precisely. It maps out the causal links. Ignorance leads to mental formations and so on.
And there's that key sequence. Contact, phassa, leads to feeling, vedana. And often we hear feeling leads directly to craving, tanha.
Right. But this is where our sources highlight something subtle but powerful. They argue that saññā, perception, plays a critical role right between feeling and craving.
So it's not an automatic jump from feeling good to wanting more.
Not necessarily automatic, no. It's what saññā does with that feeling.
Yeah.
Perception takes the raw data, the pleasantness, say, and then it interprets it, filters it through your memories, your psychos, your conditioning.
So it adds a layer of meaning.
Exactly. It adds the labels. This pleasant feeling is good for me. I need this. Or this unpleasant feeling is dangerous. Get rid of it. It draws on, as the source put it, discursive thought based on memory.
It's like perception takes the neutral feeling and turns it into something desirable or undesirable for a self.
Yes. It kind of solidifies the world into things to grasp or reject.
Yeah.
This happens so fast. Often we don't even notice saññā doing its interpretive dance. It just seems like the feeling is inherently graspable or repulsive.
Which means, well, if perception is the gatekeeper here, fueling the craving,
then changing how you perceive, transforming saññā, becomes incredibly important for breaking the cycle.
How do you do that? Is that where mindfulness comes in?
Absolutely. Mindfulness and wisdom practices help you see saññā in action. You start noticing the labeling process. You see the feeling, then you see the thought about the feeling, the interpretations saññā adds.
And you learn not to automatically buy into those labels.
Right. You see them as just perceptions conditioned, impermanent, not some solid truth about you or the world. You're basically training saññā to see more clearly without the automatic good for me, bad for me overlay.
So you're dismantling that Samsaric prison of thought, as one source called it. It's not out there. It's built by these unexamined habits of perception.
Precisely. By catching saññā in the act, you create space before the automatic reaction of craving or aversion kicks in. You loosen its grip.
Okay, so here's something to really chew on then. Could this incredibly subtle, almost invisible process of perception, Saññā, actually be the main hinge on which suffering turns? And maybe, paradoxically, the most powerful lever for finding freedom?
It's definitely a perspective worth considering deeply.